on. A3 is the injection category, which for the first time since 2003 has been moved down to to level 3 because we have so much knowledge on stopping and finding injection. There's other issues that are more important. We also took cross-site scripting, now that we know how to solve it, and merged it into injection, which I'm okay with, right? SQL injection is about inserting untrusted data into a query. It lets me run queries as if I was a developer. This is easy to find these problems in code. Don't build SQL with string building. That should never happen in a secure app. Instead, and by the way, you can't validate. Validation is not a complete strategy because this email address, it's valid and legal and active. You can email me there right now and I'll say believe when I get your email. But this is a valid email address, but it's dangerous. Look at and by the way, here's the regular expression defined in HTML5. And guess what I can use before the at? Single quote is right there. There's my single quote. Equal sign, no problem. Exclamation point, it's in there, it's in there. There it is, boom. So all these dangerous characters are legal, even for the most restrictive email standard I can find. It's still legal and it's active. You can email me there right now. Now watch this. Even valid data can cause injection. So many AppSec thinkers say, oh, input validation. No, that's not the right top level defense because this is valid email address. I add it to a query and look at the final query down here, right? The final query is or one does not equal manico.com. That's or true. When I add or true to a query, it dumps the whole customer table. Game over. I got you. So we need something more than validations. And web firewalls only stop part of the problem. So you still want to validate, but be careful. You want to use query parameterization. And that always parameterize your queries. Use placeholders, binding statements, and we're good to go. Now be careful. Sometimes you can't parameterize like a table name. Use exact match validation or redesign it if you run across the problem where you can't parameterize. When it comes to the other form of injection is cross-site scripting. Oh, by the way, here's some resources for you. Bobby Tables and the query parameterization cheat sheet will help you along your way. A3, injection, cross-site scripting, right? This is when I can take content from a user and it gets embedded in a site user interface with no security. I can now add an evil script, embed that in your site, and get my evil script to run in the browser of your users. And so the issue, here's an example of an attack. Here's an attack where I can steal a cookie, right? There's 3 steps to this cross-site scripting attack. I build an evil URL with the victim's cookie. I have an image object that's invisible, and I preload the image, and that makes a GET request and sends your cookie to my server at manico.com. And there's so much more to be said here because XSS defense is brutally hard. If I want to display data like it was typed in, I got it in code. If the user is authoring HTML, I got to use an HTML sanitizer. I got to use JavaScript right. I can sandbox third-party content. I got trusted types and content security policy as 2 additional standards stop XSS, not to mention HTTP-only cookies to stop XSS. So this is a really hard topic. I do spend 4 to 8 hours in class discussing this if a company has a problem with it when I'm doing professional education. It's hard.